Class.
Start.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, madam.
Today we are going to learn about social cultural practices in HIV and AIDS. And our subtopic today and our main objective is that we want to know what is the difference between HIV stigma and HIV discrimination. Have you ever heard about HIV stigma or HIV discrimination?
Yes, teacher.
You've heard about that term?
Yes.
Yes. So today we are going to learn in details what stigma means and what discrimination means so that we do not use them interchangeably. Okay, to begin with HIV stigma, I will define what HIV stigma is, and I would like us to expand more and share different examples of stigma and whether we have encountered that in our society or in school or everywhere we have been. When we talk about HIV stigma simply means the negative attitudes and beliefs about HIV and AIDS. It is about the attitude or the beliefs about HIV and AIDS. An example, have you ever heard people say that only a certain group of people can get HIV and AIDS?
Yes.
Yes, that is an attitude. So meaning that if you do not fall in that group, you cannot get HIV and AIDS. Or thinking that because you are in that group, you must have HIV and AIDS. An example, thinking that people from a certain community, like people from a certain community in Kenya, they have HIV and AIDS. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes.
That is an example of stigma. It is basically an attitude towards HIV and AIDS. Okay. Lydia, would you want to give us another example of HIV stigma?
Believing that HIV is like a punishment for evil behavior, and that people with HIV deserve it because they are prostitutes.
Yes, a very wrong attitude that everyone who has HIV, they deserve it because they are evil people, mostly they are prostitutes, and so they deserve to have that disease. That is only an attitude, and it is a negative belief towards HIV. So basically what HIV stigma means is that it is a negative attitude or belief towards HIV and AIDS. Okay, can we go on to the next term?
Yes.
Okay, when you talk about HIV discrimination, it is more than just the attitude. We now begin to talk of the behavior towards people with HIV and AIDS because of the negative attitudes that you have already formed. So we have said that an example of stigma, believing that it is a punishment from God and because of their evil behavior. Now, how do we act towards them? That is what now discrimination is. An example, when a teacher finds out that a student is HIV positive, maybe by mistake or he has stumbled upon their results, and then they begin to treat them differently from the other students with a wrong attitude. That is what is called discrimination. It is the negative behavior behavior towards someone who is positive because of the beliefs that we have. Caleb, do you have any example of discrimination?
Yes.
Yes?
For example, teachers mistreating students because their parents are HIV positive.
Yes, that is true. You are mistreating a student because of their parents' positive results, maybe because you think their parents are evil, so the children are also evil and you mistreat them. Lydia, give us another example.
Maybe an employer sacking an employee because they are HIV positive.
Yes, that is very correct. When someone is laid off from work because they are HIV positive, that is what is called discrimination. So in summary, what we have been learning today is that there is HIV stigma and we also have HIV discrimination. HIV stigma is the negative attitudes, and discrimination refers to the behavior towards people who are HIV because of the negative attitudes that we have already formed. Thank you, and I hope everyone has understood.
Yes, teacher.